Reyes and John Jones. Reyes was red. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today. Reyes was robbed, man. Robbed. And here is why. I watched the fight. I didn't see it live, but I was watching commentary somebody else was doing of the live fight. I watched it, later, replay. Now, it wasn't as big a robbery as I was getting the feedback from other people. First round, definitely Reyes. I know MMA and boxing don't have the same rules, but Reyes did have a knockdown from a punch in that round, and he dominated the round. The rules in MMA, they've tightened them up, but they're still kind of vague. They're still very subjective about what a 10-8 is. I like the rules in boxing better. You knock somebody down on a punch, even if they pop right back up, we're still looking at a 10-8. However, so often, a judge is not going to follow that. They'll say, well, maybe he slipped or something like that. But this clearly was not a slip. I don't care what position your body is in when you get hit. If the punch knocks you down, it knocked you down. Okay? You can be up on your tippy toes on one foot if you want. It doesn't matter. Punch knocked John Jones down. And Reyes dominated that round. 10-8. Second round. A lot of people say Reyes got the second round. To me, I think the second round's a draw. Third round, Reyes. Okay? So the way I got it, at that point, John Jones is down by 2 points because he had a 10-8 round. I mean, one 10-8 round. So he's down by 2 points. Now, the fourth round, no, he's not down by 2 points. He's down by 3 points. The fourth round and the fifth round, John Jones. It wasn't spectacular, but I believe he did enough to win that round. And those takedowns, to me, were nullified by the takedown defense. So you take a person down, but he pops right back up, or you go to take him down and he stuffs your takedown, which that happened as well. More than one time. So I'm giving him the fourth round. I'm giving him the fourth round because of the takedowns, but it's not a 10-8 round, in my opinion. But I want you to just follow the math. So now you're down by 2 points. Now you go into the last round. The last round, he wasn't spectacular in that last round. That last round could go either way. Okay, so I just give him a draw on the last round. But even if you give it to him, he still had to make up 3 points. So if you give him a 2, if you say, okay, I'm going to give a 10-8 to Reyes in the first, and a 10-8 to for Jones in the fourth, he's still down a point going into the fifth. So if you score him the point, it's a draw. If you don't score him the point, he loses by a draw. He loses by a point. So if you say Reyes did enough, everything is equal in that round, You either give him both 10s or both 9s, but you give him the same amount, then he's still short. So to me, Reyes won that fight at best, and he got a draw at worst. Where they come up with this, Jones having, I think it was 49, 46 or something? Where the hell they come up with that at, man? You know, that's like Reyes losing 4 rounds. What 4 rounds did he lose? That's retarded, man. Yeah, man, it's... UFC is really starting to stink, man. You know, this bionic toe thing with Cerrone. You know, I wasn't even going there with it, you know, it being a Cerrone taking a dive, because I just have so much respect for Donald Cerrone, man. I just can't believe that he would do something like that. But evidently, half of the people that do MMA videos believe that he took a dive. They don't believe the bionic toe knockout. And now the John Jones fight, he miraculously wins the fight so he can go on to the bigger money. Oh boy. And I thought they were gonna go McGregor Masvidal. You know, and they jump up. They want to go back. They want that rematch so bad with Khabib. Khabib beat the brakes off of McGregor, man. And I love that brother. I love the way that he stands on his square. He says, no, he needs to win. He needs to win some big fights. He needs to fight the best of the best. I usually don't say this kind of a thing, but I'm going to say it. I hope Khabib beats Ferguson. Not because I got anything against Tony Ferguson, because I don't. I really like Tony Ferguson. At least, you know, I don't know him as a person, of course. I mean, just as a fan, watching him fight and, you know, watching his attitude and everything, you know, I like him. But in this case, I want to see Khabib win because I really want him to make the UFC and McGregor sweat about a rematch. No, you go fight some other people that are in the rankings. How you gonna come back and fight Cerrone, who lost 2 fights in a row, and you don't want to fight Gaethje? You clearly avoiding Gaethje. You want none of that smoke. So if you jump up and you fight Masvidal, that's the reason why I went there, because I'm thinking, okay, you can fight, you can make that fight. There's a couple other fights that you can make that show that you really deserve a shot against Khabib again. If you want to step back into that weight class and go for that money and whatnot, yeah, okay. Fight the lions and then say you want to go back. Now, to say Cerrone is not a lion, but, you know, fight the people who are top rank. You trying to make a case that one win over Cerrone means, bam, he's ready for Khabib. No, you ready for that money. That's what you ready for. That ain't legitimate, man. That is illegitimate as all get out. And Khabib is such a stand-up person. Look, Khabib, if you watch this video, you said, it doesn't make sense. It's not logical for you to take $100 million to fight McGregor. If they wanted to come up with that money, then they should put the money on some charitable, some charitable cause, and you'll fight, but you don't need the money, like that. That's awesome, bro. Stand up, but listen. To whom much is given, much is required. Don't entrust that money to people who never would have given it to the poor in the first place. Don't charge them with dispatching it to the poor, because they will steal the money. So you're a stand-up brother. Go on, take the money, and you do your best to make sure it gets to where it needs to get to. And your intentions will be marked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't put them in charge of that. Anyway, love y'all for free. Stay safe out there. And I'm gone.